This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? Could you find a way to let sympathy? I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.
I hold on to little pieces of what we were. I know we're long gone, but take it easy because it hurts. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a pearl with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. And I can't stop myself from falling down. 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 Could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I live a picture in my head, colors soaring as I float above my body in my bed, yeah. And I wonder if I'm dead, saw the white light flicker, so I wake up in the sweat cold red. Sirens going off, about something that I dreamt. Thinking about the shit I never told you that I meant. I can shake it off, chloroform, peace and rest. But you know all I ever really wanted was a friend. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Night fantasy, just wanna teleport again. I got a spare key, we can go and play pretend. Yeah, we can really transcend. Oh, you and me in an empty room. They can't get in, only room for two. If you play your part and I play mine too, I'll never take my eyes off you. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Sweet, tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Tell me all your sweet, 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 sweet. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I love the picture in my head, but I know that it's not real. I live a picture in my head, cause I like how it makes me feel. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, I was a knight in shining armor in your movie. Well, put your lips on mine and love the aftertaste now. I'm a ghost, I call your name, you look right through me. You're the reason I'm alone. I should try to fix my pride, but that shit's broken. That shit's broken, yeah. Lie, 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 lie. I try to hide, but now you know it. That I'm at an all-time low, 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 prototype like 3 stacks on that CD. An example of the perfect candidate now. All your girlfriends say that you don't wanna see me. You're the reason that I just can't concentrate. I should try to fix my
Appreciate you
pride, that
had.
shit's
Your stream is
broken.
based, and it makes all of us
That
more
shit's
based for partaking.
broken, yeah. Lie, 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 lie. I try to hide, but now you know it. That I'm at an all-time low, 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 low. Low, 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 low,
This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.
I hold on to little pieces of what we were. I know we're long gone, but take it easy because it hurts. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a pearl with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy,
sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.
Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet.
What's up, everybody?
I live a picture in my head, colors soaring as I float above my body in my bed, yeah. And I wonder if I'm dead, saw the white light flicker, so I wake up in the sweat cold red. Sirens going off, about something that I dreamt. Thinking about the shit I never told you that I meant. I can shake it off, chloroform, peace and rest. But you know all I ever really wanted was a friend. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet.
We got a lot to get into today. We're not gonna do GTRP today. We just don't have time. And there's a lot of items on the agenda we're covering today.
So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Night fantasy, it's when I teleport again. I got a spare key, we can go and play pretend. Yeah, we can really transcend. Oh, you and me in an empty room. They can't get in. Only one for two. If you play your part and I play mine too, I'll never take my eyes off you. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Sweet, tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Tell me all your sweet, 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 sweet. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I love the picture.
I've been really thinking about
But I know that it's not real.
starting off.
There's a picture in my head.
I've been really thinking about
Makes me feel. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet,
Hold on.
sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see.
I've been really thinking about
You know I'd rather die
this is the kind of unrelated note.
So tell me all your sweet, sweet little
I can feel the serpent has returned. I can sense the return of the serpent. Make of that what you will. But I think check Twitter. What's on Twitter? What do I mean by that? A lot of people I've been talking about, a lot of people I've been talking to have pretty much one way or another been kind of sensing the same thing. But it just seems like there's a lot of darkness ahead, right? And what do I mean by the serpent? Actually, guys, I was thinking about this, and you know these Mendelians are really satanic scum. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you know I used to like be fully immersed. I was like fascinated. By like Nick Land's nihilism, right? And that kind of Nick Landian accelerationism and stuff. What an extremely dark view of the world, right? But when it comes to these like this Mendelian view of, it's really a kind of serpent-oriented view of the world, right? Like DNA is literally like a little serpent, and it's just like everything is just DNA, and it's all DNA, and every single thing we humans do is just on behalf of the serpent. It's all on behalf of the serpent, right? Like me, like streaming to you right now, that's just the serpent quivering through, like DNA, whatever the fuck, and that's all the only fucking purpose of it, right? And honestly, sometimes I feel like, monks in Christianity, how they take a vow of celibacy. What if that's just to spite the serpent? Like, no, bitch, we exist not just for that. We don't exist just to fucking propagate DNA. It's such a dark and sick view of the world. It's so twisted and fucking sick. The serpent basically represents time, right? It's like beginning somewhere and ending somewhere. And it's that river of time, right? The serpent isn't just our basest instincts and giving into that. It's this arrogance humans have. This is just my interpretation. That they can know they can know what the divine plan is. That's my interpretation of what the serpent is. And I talk in this way, guys, and I have a beard. And you'd think I'm this very religious person, and I'm not. I've never pretended to be a religious person. I don't pray, especially don't pray 5 times a day. I drink sometimes. I have premarital sex.
Waste.
Sometimes. I don't eat halal meat, whatever. I'm not a fucking religious person in practice, right? But the main thing I get a lot of people say, Haas, the way you talk, you sound like a fucking priest. I talk about religion just because of evil. It's just a way for me to describe evil, right? Because look, I'm not this dogmatic person. I'm a pretty easygoing dude. I'm also not a judgmental person, believe it or not. I mean, the way I would raise my family or whatever is one thing, or raise my kids is one thing, but I don't judge anyone, even especially in person. I'm the least judgmental person ever, right? I chill with OnlyFans girls, whatever. I won't judge them, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, I won't date you at all, but like I won't judge you either. Um, I could be friends with those people. I could be friends with anyone. I could be friends with prostitutes. I don't give a fuck. I would never judge anyone. You should. I think there's a difference between what we should endorse as a society and as a personal human being. As a human being, I put humanity before anything. I don't really judge people. I don't judge, especially I don't judge people because I know what it's like to be in a really dark place. I understand darkness. I know what it's like to just, to be there. It's like, yeah, I'm not so high and mighty myself. I get it. But so I'm not that type of person, but I do have a very strong sense of wickedness and evil in the world, right? And one of the reasons religion at least is useful to me is, how do we really explain the wickedness and evil of the world, right? How do we explain that? How do people live their lives dedicated to sickness and filth and evil and whatever, right? And to me, I think religious language describes that. I think religious language very much accurately describes not only the evil of human beings, but the evil of the world, right? Like, what is evil? What is good, right? What is really salvation? What does it mean to find meaning in this world and be a good, upstanding, moral person, right? And that specifically matters to me in the way human beings interact with one and another. And all this stuff about the prescriptions about how you should live your life personally, I ultimately believe they're correct. It's just my opinion that that's something I would prefer to discover myself, right? Like, one of the reasons I'm really turned off from obeying religious scripture to leading my personal life, like pray 5 times a day, don't drink, don't have premarital sex, is because like I feel like if I do it, it wouldn't be because I actually believe it, but because I want to virtue signal to others, and then I'm just doing it. I want to learn the wisdom myself. I don't want to do this on behalf of what someone else fucking said, you know. Um, which I feel like every time people are being judgmental, that's what they're fucking doing. They're basically just saying, you know, fall in line because I'm judging. I don't give a fuck about your judgment, bitch. You're nothing to me, you know? Um, so yeah, I feel like that's the most satanic fucking thing in the world is like people who are judgmental in that kind of way where they're like, oh, you're not following the exact prescription of praying 5 times a day. That means you are completely evil. It's like, you know what? I don't think that's true. I think those prescriptions are for our own spiritual health on a very personal level. But that doesn't discount being able to understand the sense of good and evil at a social level, right? I mean, like, okay, it probably is better for me to follow all the rules, right? Probably would be better for me. Ultimately, I would just rather learn that on my own, you know? Um, I would rather learn that on my own. I don't want to be, you know, I'm so I hate these people so much who are like, you know, oh, if you don't pray 5 times, like, you know, there are scumbags I've encountered before. Some of them were from our own community where there was this thing where it was like, they were pretending to be this devout Muslim, this devout religious person, and they were actually a mod for our community for a long time. And what they would do is like, they would be like, oh, since you don't pray 5 times a day and you don't live your personal life in accordance with holy laws, that means you can't criticize me for, you know, doing all sorts of evil, fundamentally evil things to you. Like, I can, you know, I can spread lies about you. I can do all this shit to you. I can, you know, harass people. I can threaten people. I can do all this sick, twisted shit. You know, um, really graphic, sick shit and whatever. And that's just as, you know, bad as what you're doing because you're not fucking personally following whatever rules, right? So that's so fucked up to me. That's so sickening, right? That's absolutely so fucking sickening, right? Um, but yeah, it's really powerful. You know, that serpent, whatever you want to fucking call that thing, it's very fucking powerful. I've fallen under its influence. I sound like schizophrenic right now, right? What do I mean by the serpent? I guess I just mean this complete um foreclosure of any sense of transcendence. Everything is just very immediate and you're just kind of stuck here in what's immediate in front of you and you don't have any kind of sense of like a broader connection to a power that's beyond you, right? That's how I think of it, you know? Yeah, like vulgar immanence. That's a really good way of putting it. A lot of the time I sound super schizophrenic, but you know, it's not it's not that much of a stretch. You know, it's not that much of a crazy thing, you know? Give me 1 sec. Just eating some rice. All right. You need something beyond random repetition. Yeah, I really agree with that. And I think maybe if I lived in a Muslim country, it would be different. But since I have this kind of universal perspective that comes from living in America and living in the West, and I kind of see the world as a whole, I wouldn't be able to make sense of anything without orthodoxy, Christian orthodoxy. Like without that, my outlook would be so fundamentally limited, I think. You know? Um to me, orthodoxy is probably one of the most universal religions, right? It's really a religion about the world, you know? Yeah, Protestant. I think specifically like Calvinism, right? Not just Protestantism, but Calvinism. Oh, that's what you mean, yeah. Having just to go through it and learn from it, yeah. But what's scary about Calvinism to me is that idea of a world of total depravity, right? Completely fallen world devoid of any meaning at all. Why do you feel you have to remain Muslim? Um, Personally, because uh, to me, Islam is a post-apocalyptic religion. It's dealing with what happens after the crucifixion, right? And Islam's a religion about strangers. It's a religion about orphans, and it's a religion about like what happens when you are totally cut off from any community and completely abandoned and completely whatever forsaken, um and even outside of civilization, right? Outside of the world. To me, I think, or my perspective, this is my, I could be wrong, right? I'm not saying I'm correct, but that's just my view, right? To me, orthodoxy is still um bound with community. It's still bound with soil, right? And it talks about the apocalypse and describes like what would happen if this was completely torn apart. But I don't think it draws its essence as a religion from that, you know? Consider becoming Shia Muslim. Um, you know, I'm gonna say something that's really heretical, and don't take my word for it, because I'm not an authority on scripture. I'm not, whatever. So just take it for a grain of salt. I think the best way you can adopt another religion or another religious viewpoint is through some kind of worldly secular medium. Like if you're a philosopher, for example, there's Western philosophers who have accidentally learned that there was so much in common between what the alley they were going through and like Islam or another religion, that they're like, okay, I'm kind of starting to understand Islam in this deeper way. And then that just, I think Graham Harmon's one of those people, the object-oriented ontology people. I think that's an example, right? So, that's also how I came to proximity with orthodoxy. It wasn't really through. It wasn't by being converted by an Orthodox priest. It wasn't through anything like that. It was just mainly through that kind of. It's not even strictly philosophy, but it's just a kind of third medium that's not. It's not itself coming from religion itself, Yes, Russian literature probably would be a really good example of that, But let me just say this before we head into the news. Let me just say this. What are you eating, pussy? There we go. There's an example of the serpent right there. Like, we're all having this really chill mood right now, talking about something that's elevating all of our souls. And here comes that serpent that's trying to fucking drag us down back to the fucking pit, right? And I'll just ban his bitch ass. I'll just ban his bitch ass. Yeah, he's appealing to his god of pornography, right? Yeah, the serpent must be smashed. I agree. But guys, I've always been a crazy communist. Always, right? Um, but it's not until this Russian special military operation that I feel like I've adopted a new world. Like I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm persona non grata in this so-called Western world, right? It's like I've lost friends, I've lost contacts, and it's like I'm living in this other world now. It's like Russia has split the world into two. The forces of righteousness and the forces of the serpent. And despite how understanding and non-judgmental of a person that I am, people judge me for having made my choice. Right? People look down on me and say I'm a bad person. I'm a, what's the word? Homo saucer. That's what the word is, right? Like, you're just this completely exiled person who just. You're a bad, horrible person, right? Or, like, you're a. Mean, aggressive, or, whatever it is. It doesn't. You can't even try to explain yourself because it just seems like you're initiating people into this cult where it's like, okay, actually, Russia isn't bad. What's going on in Ukraine, you're being lied about. And they're like, huh? What do you mean? What are you, part of a cult? I don't want to go down your alley because you're clearly so far gone from the mainstream narrative. There's no recovery, right? And to be honest, one of the reasons I'm so grateful to be an American, almost at the level of like, it's very sentimental to me. It's very sentimental. Like, this country is air. It's breathing air in my lungs. It's the ability to fucking breathe. And I do feel like there's something sacred about this land. America. I feel like there is something sacred about it because there's a part of this country that gives breathing room to be able to say this, right? Where we could just not have to buy into this narrative that's especially being pushed from Europe. And it's almost like it's that American pragmatic spirit where just you don't have your narrative and your discourse doesn't have supremacy here. It doesn't have a privilege. You know, the thing that comes first is kind of like the way the pragmatic literature people like Emerson and who's the other guy? The transcendentalists, right? American transcendentalism. It's almost like the land of this country itself is just this natural neutrality, right? The nature, Thoreau. The very fact of there being the land of the soil of this country, the nature of this country, having preceded us, having existed without us, and in a sense being indifferent to our discourse and indifferent to our narratives, it's a source of kind of freedom. It's a source of spiritual freedom. It allows the spirit to flourish because remember, guys, one of the signs of the supremacy of the serpent is this kind of suffocation by discourse. Discourse itself is a certain serpent, right? A sentence is a line. Words are a line, and they suffocate you, and they form a noose around your neck, and they don't allow you to actually breathe in the air that's coming from this wider expanse, right? So discourse is an example of the serpent. And in this country, we have this freedom from that discourse that we can draw from the very land itself, right? We can draw it from the very land itself. You can interpret that however you want. The literal natural land or just the landscape of this country, right? Why is this not true in other cases? Because Europe, there's a noose around the neck of Europe through the discourse of institutions and the EU and all this other kind of shit. And you can never just stop and breathe, right? You always have to be caught up in some kind of fucking discourse, right? Britain, it's especially the case in the UK, right? Over there. One of the reasons the British Empire or the British elites hate our country is because they feel humiliated and embarrassed at the fact that we have this land where their supremacy is not a priori. Like, they hate the fact that we're not always caught up in some kind of bullshit. They don't like the fact that sometimes it's just not that deep, you know? I know Britain sucks right now. I've heard all the reports people are saying. I've heard that. Stop acting like the US is any better. No, the US is better. The US is literally better than any Western country, especially right now. The US is absolutely the best country in the Western world, period. It is literally better. It is literally fucking better. And we have a very special destiny. Our destiny is full of a very special relationship to Russia, which is inevitable. America and Russia are going to have a very special relationship in the future because we have very similar countries, right? Europe is not going to be free until they can draw their inspiration from America. That's the truth. Europe is not going to have the courage to break the chains of the elites without the inspiration that comes from the American people. Only we can show them how it's done. You want to know why? Because they don't even have the breathing room to do it over there. They don't even have the breathing room. We have to open the vista. We have to open the horizon of history that'll even allow them to think of the possibility to be able to break free from the globalist elites. One moment. The influence of New York in is what is the stranglehold on this country. New York is the head of this country, right? But the Midwest will be the source of America's second independence.
Based.
Can I get unbanned from the Discord?
No. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but the way the text-to-speech asked that question, can I get unbanned from the Discord? No. No, you probably deserved it. Alright? You probably deserved it. Phoenician man mad his ancestors failed to conquer Europe. So this is a perfect example of the serpent. Like, this guy's trying to really get to the essence of what Haas is. This is the essence of Haas. It is a Phoenician man defined by what fucking strategy game on Steam. And you're just mad your ancestors failed to conquer Europe. It's a joke, not an essence. This is the serpent. Why? A serpent is the line from here to here. From here to here. That's the serpent. And because of history was here to here, he thinks he's God now. He knows everything. Let's just assume the Phoenicians only have a history of completely being irrelevant and failing at everything they've done. If you make assumptions about what the descendants of Phoenicians are doing, you're worshiping the serpent. You want a good example of that? Tell me what the Mongols were ever fucking known for before Genghis Khan. Who were the Mongols before Genghis Khan? Napoleon was a Corsican. What the fuck was Corsica known for before Napoleon? Alexander was a Macedonian. What did the Macedonians ever accomplish? When you worship the serpent, you foreclose yourself to the ability to be actually aware of the future. When you worship the past, you're worshiping the serpent. Yeah, Arabia was completely irrelevant before the prophet. Absolutely irrelevant. Who is the next person getting banned from the Discord? I don't know. Guys, sometimes I wonder, is the age of Sultan Haas the Cruel over? Should I stop being cruel and start becoming merciful? Is it the time for that? And I don't know. I don't know if it is. I think it's still time for cruelty. But there will come a time of mercy. There will come a time of mercy. That would be like Khrushchev revisionism. Yeah, I agree. There will come a time of mercy. Yeah, mercy is when we win. You're right. But there has to be justice first. Justice must be served first. Well, no, it's like what Robespierre said. What Robespierre said... What did he say? To forgive the enemies, to give clemency to the enemies of the revolution is cruelty to the oppressed. Justice is mercy. Justice toward the enemies of the revolution is mercy toward the downtrodden. Didn't he say some shit like that? Someone give me the exact quote. Yeah, you're right, Benign. Caesar forgave his enemies. He gave them full clemency, and what did they fucking do? They killed him. Yeah, to punish the... That's exactly it. To punish the oppressors of humanity is clemency, and to forgive them is cruelty. That is so fucking true. That is so fucking true. That is absolutely so fucking true. Will Smith tried to punch Chris Rock? Hold on a fucking second. Now, this is not TMZ or E! News, but... Give me a damn second. What the fuck is going on? Will Smith... That was... He did not hit him, so I can show it, because he didn't actually hit him. He didn't actually hit him, okay? So let me see this. This is actually interesting, okay? So, the tactical maneuver of Will Smith in his invasion of Chris Rock's face. Oh, can I even show this? Probably not. Oh, you just can't stream it, right? Can I even... You can't stream it, right? You just can't stream it, but I'm not gonna risk it. Clips are okay. Alright, clips are okay. Are you sure clips are okay? Are you sure clips are okay? Yeah, because I'm not streaming it. Alright. Well, okay, no. Apparently, Will Smith went up to Chris Rock and slapped him across the face. I did not see the slap occur, so pending further investigation, we don't know. Can I just say a moment to talk a little bit about the Oscars? Just a moment, a quick moment on the Oscars. I don't. Does anyone give a fuck about the Oscars? First of all, what are the Oscars? Is that the one for music? Because I know Will Smith used to rap. Is that the one for music? Which one? It's for movies and also TV? What movies even fucking came out? So Batman came out. I guess that's gonna win, right? I guess that's it. All right. Jackass Forever made me cry. Can I be honest with you guys? I have always had a disdain for Jackass, and I've always had a disdain for its fans. Okay? Hey man, did you see the new Jackass? No, I didn't. That's stupid. You're a fucking nihilist. You know, you're some kind of nihilist person if you like Jackass. I don't like you if you like Jackass. I'm sorry. I can't fuck with you. Did you see Jackass, man? Is it? Shut up. Yeah, it had South Park energy. I don't like that shit. I don't like that energy. Okay? You see the new Jackass, man? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, it's not great. I was disturbed by it even in middle school. I was like, what the hell is this? It's brainless fun. No, it's not. It's actually disturbing. It's like snuff. I don't like Jackass. I don't like it. I'm a conservative, guys. I always hated MTV. I always hated Jackass. I never liked South Park. You know what kind of guy I am, guys? If it disturbs your grandparents, it shouldn't be on TV. That's just what I think. I don't think there should be shit on TV that disturbs your grandparents. If you would feel fundamentally ashamed of your grandparents seeing that shit, it shouldn't exist. That's literally what I believe. Like, if my grandparents saw Family Guy, yeah, that's fine. You know, that's fine. They'll probably laugh a little bit too, right? No, Family Guy's fine because it's like, you know, it's just a funny little cartoon. But when you have just this like extremely degen type of humor, like just beyond the threshold of any respectability, it's like, are you really gonna talk about fucking, you know, this like smashing your balls with a hammer with your grandparents in the room? That would make me so ashamed, right? That would make me so ashamed. Okay. You guys ever feel ashamed when you used to watch like you used to watch some shit, like you used to be watching Robot Chicken and you're like, your mom or your dad walks in, and you're kind of like, I'm a little bit embarrassed that they see me watching this. I'm like really embarrassed they see me watching this, you know? It's not that I'm scared they're gonna like turn off the TV. It's just like I'm just embarrassed that they're like I'm just thinking like, I wonder why they think I'm even watching it. Like, why would you watch this? What does that even say about you, you know? I just always felt embarrassed. Do you like WWE? No, I don't. I'm an elitist, okay? I'm not an elitist. But I don't know, guys. You like any sports? No, but I think sports are respectable. I think sports are respectable. I just don't like them, right? Yeah, I'm an elitist populist. You know, I'm a Xi Jinping populist. So it's like I'm elitist, but in a populist sense. You know, that's just the type of person I am. Jackass Forever is the #1 movie in China right now. Let me actually see that. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it actually? No, it's not. That was Battle of Lake Changjin. That was not the top movie. That was the top US movie in China, which says more about the US than anything else, okay? Actually, no. The worldwide box office. All right, let me look this up. Top movies in China right now. March 2022. All right. Yeah, why did you say Jackass is the top? That's not true. The weekend box office for March 18th, 2022 is right here. Okay, this is it. So I don't know what the fuck you're why would it be Jackass Forever? Don't even make sense, right? So, the Batman is obviously at the top. Uncharted. I don't know what this is. Too Cool to Kill. There you go. All right. First of all, Uncharted. What is Uncharted? Is that a new movie? I thought the Uncharted movie came out like 2 years ago. Oh my god! It's actually out. I didn't even know this was a movie. What the fuck? Who is this? Who made this movie? That looks nothing like him. That guy was that was like a 40-year-old man. And they put this kid? What the fuck is this? Why would they put that fucking kid? I hate that kid, by the way. I cannot stand Tom Holland. Who, you know, who made that guy a thing? Why does anyone like Tom Holland? Who is that? And he's my age too. Who is that kid, Tom Holland? Can't even grow a beard.
There are places out there you can't
There are places that shut the fuck up.
find on any map.
You can't find on any map. George Soros propped him up. Yeah, this is the ideal liberal.
They're not gone.
You know what? I'm announcing something. I'm making Tom Holland my personal arch nemesis. Starting now.
Just lost.
Kanye's dealing with Skeet. I'm dealing with Tom. Tom Holland from this day forward is my arch nemesis. Yeah, fuck this guy. This is literally my arch nemesis now. This is literally my arch nemesis. Because he's cute?
Yeah, a little young.
It's kind of creepy. What do you mean he's... Wow, who the fuck is this guy?
For a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Everything in here. Why the map?
This path for
George Soros funded archaeological searches for religious artifacts like the Holy Grail.
Magellan took to sail around the world.
This looks like a fucking middle schooler.
You know your history.
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
And why is he cast as the main character for Uncharted? I should have been cast as that. I should have been cast for that. I look more like that guy than this guy. Who is this guy?
I think you're here because you're your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
I hate this fucking kid so much. I can't stand seeing him. I'm looking away from the screen. I cannot stand seeing this fucking kid. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get angry. It's gonna fucking piss me off. I cannot stand seeing this guy's fucking face. I cannot stand seeing this guy's fucking face.
If we find that gold, we find him.
Why did he get cast? Why is this kid a thing? I don't care about Zendaya, you know? I would never date Zendaya. Ew. She's with Tom Holland in her past. I would never date her. I wouldn't even think of dating her.
Who the hell is this? I'm a friend of Sully's. Sully doesn't
I'm a friend of Sonny's. I'm a friend of Sonny's. Shut the fuck up.
have any friends. I should know I'm one of them.
You are a collector.
Well, I dabble.
I don't dabble. My family has been looking for this fortune for a very long time.
You know, I'm making a tweet. I'm making a tweet. From this day forward, I am announcing the Tom Holland is my arch nemesis. I hate seeing this kid face. Every time I see it, I'm filled with great anger. One day, we will clash. And only one of us will win. Could this be interpreted as a threat? No, because it's like you can clash in a debate. Right? You can clash in a debate, can't you? No, you can clash. You can clash. It's not a threat. There you go. There you go. God, I just hate seeing his face. I literally just hate seeing his face. They love his mannerisms and awkwardness, yet adorable nervousness at the same time. That awkward cuteness girls dig. They love his humor. Ew. Any woman that's attracted to Tom Holland is automatically a 1 out of 10 to me.
So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he's just threatening to kill me.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid.
Who do you dislike more, Tom Holland or Timothée Chalamet? That's actually a tough question. That's actually a tough question.
Brother Sam left one final clue.
Did you know I was gonna go see this movie? Before I found out he was the star, I was actually like, you know what? I'm gonna go make time to go see that. Before I found out he's the fucking star. Completely ruined. He was in Spider-Man too. He was also in the Spider-Man. So he's got to be in this one too? What a greedy fucking kid. Can't even fucking just... He's got to be in everything now. Literally everything. Oh, God! With the same height. And that's why he needs to be defeated, because he's making us look like we're middle schoolers. Us 5'8" people. You know, Kanye's the same height too. So, you know, this is an insult. He's making us all look like we're in middle school. Can't we be 5'8" and look like adults?
Guess I'll keep on.
Yeah, he's ruining it.
Oh my God.
I shouldn't have come
Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
What? What? This is the enemy. This is the enemy. This is literally soy males becoming mainstream. This is the enemy. This is the enemy. Soy males becoming mainstream.
Oh, crap.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
And I thought, you know, this... By the way, this is who he's playing. This is the guy he's playing in the movie. Does that look like anything like him? But they just appoint him. They just appoint him. Zoe Kravitz? I don't care. I don't care. I just liked her in Batman. You know, guys, I'm like a dog. You know, I like seeing her in the Batman, but when the movie shuts off, I don't care about her anymore. Kick rocks. I don't give a fuck. You lost my attention. You don't have my attention anymore, you know? You're not entitled to my attention. Even after the movie's over. When I'm sitting and I see this big screen and you know, she's fine as hell. I'm sorry, you know? But then when the movie's over, my attention's gone. I'm not going to make an effort to find the attention back. You and her have a 5-inch... Bruh, why would you ping me and say that? For what? Who the fuck made this? Okay, so already people are talking about what's going on. And this is immediately in the Twitter replies. Someone made this. What is this? That was fake. Will Smith didn't actually fucking smack him. It was totally fake. That was within 2 seconds of me posting it. Within 2 seconds. Jesus. All right, we're going to get into it now, okay? We're just going to get into the news. All right. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying, hopefully Kiev will come to realize the inevitability of a peaceful solution to the problem of demilitarization and denazification. So, you know, Destiny was before being like, oh, the Russians are coping because they were going to annex all of Ukraine, and now they're saying they only care about the Donbass, but they're still saying they're committed to demilitarization, denazification, and the original goals of their special military operation. So it's kind of hard for me to see how they're walking anything back, you know? I can't see how they're, you know, walking anything back when they're still on course doing the same thing they were doing before. I mean, I didn't know if they were trying to take Kiev, and they said that they weren't. And it makes sense that they weren't, because if they wanted to, it'd be really fucking easy. As for Mariupol, I don't know why they still haven't taken Mariupol. And when I say that, I'm not saying, oh, they must have failed. I don't know why they haven't. I think they could easily take Mariupol. I don't know why they haven't. Right? I heard reports that they're losing control of Kherson. Ukrainians fight to retake Kherson, and that was 2 days ago. Is there any updates from that? I mean, we're not really getting any... You know what's fucked up about this, guys? ASB got shut down. Or they're no longer reporting on this because they can't, because they're in, like, Estonia or whatever. But what's so super fucked up, right, about what's going on is that it seems to be fake. We don't have any more live updates from any source. All we get is the occasional headline. Holy fuck, the Will Smith thing was real. The Will Smith thing was real. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on the face because Chris Rock talked about his wife. But you know what, Will? You don't have the right to be this honorable dude. You know, I may become a very famous figure in America, so I'm cutting bridges with Will Smith right now. But I'm just doing it to set an example. Will Smith, in no way can you pretend to be this honorable dude defending your wife's honor when she's out here talking about entanglements. At that point, to save your honor, you should get a divorce, completely divorce her, and disassociate. That would be the thing an honorable man does. An honorable man don't go, oh, you can fuck my wife, but just don't talk about her. No, I get it. You know, if that was Khabib and someone's talking about his wife, he could slap them. You want to know why he could slap them? Because Khabib's not sharing his wife with nobody. I'm scared of even just saying that sentence. I feel like he's going to bust through my door and I would deserve it. You know, because you shouldn't even utter the thought. It's beyond thinking. Okay? Meanwhile, she's out here on TV saying, oh, I was just in a little entanglement. And you're talking about honor. Yeah, Will Smith is a DGGer. I'm sorry. And Fresh Prince, Carlton made that fucking show. Will Smith didn't make that show. Just be honest. Fresh Prince, who is Will Smith? He wasn't a good character. He was the worst. Carlton made that show. Everyone knows that. And nobody remembers Carlton either. Will Smith gets all the credit when Carlton's the one who made that show. He made that entire show, not Will Smith. And Will Smith is out here, don't talk about my wife. Well, maybe your wife, you know, don't talk about my wife, but you can get an entanglement with her. Just don't talk about her. You know, I'm sorry. I can't stand. I'm not here for it. I'm not gonna tolerate this bullshit, okay? You're gonna be out here talking about, don't talk about my wife. Get your wife's name out of my. Oh, you're such a tough guy, Will Smith. You're such a tough guy. Except you're so tough you can't even unentangle your wife from, you know, being involved with other men. Zoe has a Russian flag in her bio. Zoe Kravitz? I will fucking DM her right now if she does. Zoe Kravitz. I will DM her right now if she does. Okay? She don't even got a Twitter, so you're lying. You're lying. She don't have... Oh, she does. She don't got a Russian bio. She doesn't have a Russian flag in her bio. In her Instagram. Okay. We'll see. Zoe Kravitz. You motherfucker. Who the fuck said that? Who the fuck even said that? Huncho. Yet again, Huncho. You know what, Huncho? 5-minute timeout. You know, last time I had to ban him for 24 hours. The first thing he fucking does is send me on a fucking wild goose chase checking Zoe Kravitz's social media. It's the first thing he does. I gotta go on this goose chase looking up Zoe. Oh, she's so cute, though. I'm looking at her music video. I like her face. I'm not gonna lie. She's got my attention now. Damn, look at her with Robert Pattinson. Damn, I'm so jealous and bitter about their happiness. Damn, look at her face. She's so pretty. I love her jaw. I love her face. I love the way her face is shaped. I like that. Like, I don't know what to call it. It's the way her. This, you know what I mean? This whole thing, I like it a lot. Damn, she's so pretty. I swear to God. I'm looking at her on Jimmy Fallon. Like in pictures, she's not that pretty. But when you see her in motion, she's so fucking beautiful. Wow. Oh my God, damn, you know? She is actually very pretty. She's so pretty, I swear to God. Damn. That's a heartbreaker, you know? That's a heartbreaker. I feel like I had a dream about her before. Like, I had a dream that someone with her tone and facial structure. I had this dream before I was streaming, like a year before, that I was in like some food court, and she was waiting there, and I went up to her and I just put my hand on her chin like this, and she looked up and smiled at me, and then I woke up. But it looked a lot like her. I still don't know who that was. I'm still looking for them. I'm still looking for that woman. She like had this like yellow skin. I can't even explain it, but she had that exact like whatever this shit is, like that jaw or whatever. What do you call it? It's like it looks very it looks like an Egyptian cat, you know? It's like the jawline. No, it's not the jawline. It's like the cheekbones and the jaw, they all coming together. What do you call that? Contour? I don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't know what it is. You call it a contour? Let me look it up. Face contour. I don't know what that is, man. There's so much shit that's complicated. I think so. I just like the protruding. Yeah, you know how like cats have that protruding thing, or even some like the Egyptian dog or whatever, or cat, it has that protruding mouth or whatever. That's what I like. I like the protruding face. Okay? I like the protruding face. Alright. Yeah, no. When you call it a snout, it sounds disgusting, but that is like what it is. It's like a snout. It is like a snout. It sounds disgusting, but that is what it is. It's like a snout. What about Megan Fox? Let me look her up. She's so pretty too. Wow. especially from Transformers. Yeah, she was very good looking. This is not serpentine activities. It's not. No, it's not. There's nothing serpentine about appreciating human beauty. Okay, there's nothing serpentine about that. Candace Owens divorced, but she's pregnant. I'm not raising another man's child. I'm not raising another man's child. Let me see. She's not divorced. And it's a second child? Meaning she already had a first? Will was actually mad. That don't surprise me. Hollywood's fake as fuck. Because, you know, Chris Rock was like smiling the whole time. Even after he got slapped. So I thought it was fake. Turns out it's not fake. It's just that Chris Rock is a fake fuck. Literal fake fuck. The thing wasn't even fake. It's just that he's a fake fuck. Can I teach you guys something? See, cranberries increase estrogen. But I have too much T levels are too high. So I'm going to lower my T levels a little bit. Because this shit is good for your balls or whatever, right? It prevents disease. So I'm going to have some cranberry juice. Mmm. Wow. Oh, wow. When I was a kid, I thought this is what wine tasted like. Alright, apparently this is the fake cranberry juice, so I'm going to put it away. Oh, shit. You thought I didn't come prepared. Well, guess what? I got the 100% juice one as well. Turns out, something's going on, right? You thought I wasn't prepared. That other one, I rate that one a 6 out of 10, which is very high for a drink, right? Let's do this wine tasting. Try this. Let's go. What the fuck? This tastes even more juicy. This tastes way more sweet. I thought it was going to be more bitter, but it's actually sweeter. The fuck? It's actually sweeter. Mmm. Alhamdulillah, look at this. This comes from God. This is 100% natural cranberry juice. This literally comes from God. This shit tastes good, man. Mmm. Alright, I lowered my tea levels a little bit for tonight, you know.
Based. Cranberry juice is for females with bladder infections.
Hey everyone! Alright, let's get back to the news. Alright. Putin! Russians against Putin are using a new Russian flag, pushing to remove blood from the Russian flag. This is what a real threat to Putin looks like. I agree. They should just have this flag. Putin's bad. Putin's bad. Also, guys, I was also considering that, open relationships aren't really that bad. So my partner can fuck any man she wants. And I don't own her, like, property. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry for such a vulgar outburst. My, excuse me. Anyway, Putin is really bad. And he's a bad person in general.
AHHHASHASD.
So, cranberry juice is actually not horrible for you. It only lowers your T levels by a slight percent. I'm just kidding. Are they actually grown in the ocean? Some official in Russia proposed this be the flag of the future Kyrgyzstan People's Republic. Again, we covered this flag before, and this is the most soy fucking... This is the most soy thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the Reddit-approved Russia. This is what Reddit-approved Russia will look like. Who came up with this shit? Some CIA agent woke up one day and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna spread a meme that we're gonna take the red away from the Russian flag. And can you imagine a soy Russia? Like, imagine a Russia that's become westernized. It has just this flag. It completely decommunizes or whatever, removes all communist past. Just becomes this fucking Euro, joins the EU and fucking... That'd be so cringe. It's like such a Hitlerite fantasy. This is such a Hitlerite fantasy, you know? It would be wholesome chonker Keanu Reeves Baby Yoda. Yeah, so check this out. Yeah, this is the worst ending. This is the Russia worst ending, right? Yeah, Reddit is the alt-right version of 4chan. So true. This is what a real threat to Putin looks like. Damn, Putin is so threatened by this shit. Putin is so threatened by this. The red is for the warrior culture. Yeah, the West wants to sissify them. Yeah. Yeah. But this is what... Why does... Every time I wake up, I look on Twitter, and I just go on the internet, and I just see this shit like, Putin is so terrified of it. Bro, Putin doesn't give a fuck about you. Putin doesn't give a fuck about you, anything you do. He doesn't give a shit about you, your family, any of your friends, or anything you do. I promise you, he spends 0% of his time thinking about you in any capacity. Putin literally doesn't give a fuck about you at all. Literally not at all. Okay? Literally not at all. Yeah, Putin's fucking scared of that. It's so stupid. It's literally so dumb, you know? It's literally so fucking dumb, you know? Yeah, Putin's so terrified of this. I'm sure he's so afraid. Alright. Yeah, he doesn't even know Reddit exists. He's not even aware that Reddit's a thing. It's so dumb. Okay. But there's more. There's more Reddit cringe, okay? There's more Reddit cringe. It doesn't even end there. It does not even end there. Ready? No one's gonna get through to Putin. The point is to break through the lies but the Kremlin are feeding the Russian people. Anyone come to think that the modern relevant actors should come out and make a video? Like a collaborative effort from the Marvel cast, or Star Wars cast, or Harry Potter cast. Imagine a video with the entire Avengers all appealing to the Russian people, or demanding Putin to stop. Surely Putin has a favorite actor who could get through to him. For me, if Captain America told me to stop doing something, I know I'd be powerless to... Is this like a 4chan troll? Is this a troll from... Is this a troll? Because they said... They did say Captain Marvel. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. But of all the... Can you just imagine Captain Marvel getting on screen going, Putin, stop what you are doing. I would feel powerless. What do you mean you'd feel powerless? Why would you feel... You guys know what the funniest part of all this shit the internet says about Putin? Putin doesn't even have a cell phone. Putin doesn't even have internet access. He doesn't even have a cell phone. He literally doesn't know about any of this. He probably doesn't even know what Marvel is. He legitimately doesn't have a cell phone. He literally doesn't even have one. Will Smith just cried in his acceptance speech. Oh, my wife. They're all talking about my wife. It's your fault. You should have divorced her. Yeah, Putin literally doesn't have a cell phone. He doesn't. Arnold made a video. Yeah, and then someone made a response video to Arnold, and Arnold got BTFO'd. So figures. Arnold got completely BTFO'd. Oh, man. Oh, 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 oh. The uncensored.
Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
See, like, it looks fake just because of how, like, much Chris Rock is keeping his composure.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Bruh, your wife's mouth has been in too many names. You understand? Your wife's mouth got too many names. Bruh, shut the fuck up. You don't get to say that shit when she's out here talking about all the entanglements she's been in. And you didn't divorce her and you're still with her. So you're claiming that. You're claiming that. Not only are you claiming her name to be in other men's mouth, you're claiming her mouth to be on other men's name. That's what you're claiming. You claimed all of that. You decided not to get a divorce. You decided to continue, with that marriage after she publicly said she was in entanglements. And that's what you get. That's what you get. What was the joke he even made? I want to see this.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
fucking mouth.
I'm going to.
Bitch, what? Yo, can I show this to you? I don't even know if I can show it. Bro, Will, what are you gonna do about it? What the fuck are you gonna do about it? That's what I want to know. What are you gonna do about it?
Okay. Okay. That was a greatest.
Copyright, you can't? Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I'll just wait till like tomorrow to show everything.
Night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の
It was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar.
You think this was faked so people will still watch the Oscars? Because no one watches the Oscars anymore. Americans don't even give a fuck about the Oscars.
どうなんでしょうか。
Oh, wow!
あら。どうなんでしょうか。どうなんでしょうか。
Let me analyze that slap. I'm gonna analyze the slap. Yeah, that was a WWE slap. He didn't even really slap him. That was so fake. No, bro, I'm enhancing it now, and I'm like slow-moing it and shit, and he really anticipates the slap. Like, when Will opened his hand, he did nothing. And then, right at the right time, he did that WWE shit. It was total WWE slap. That was fake, bro. That was fake. Total fake. Yeah, Chris just bent and gave up his face. Yeah, it's a total fake. It's completely fake. Staged as fuck. Staged as fuck. Easily staged as fuck. Yeah, we watched it. I mean, we heard it afterwards. So this was the context that started it all. Let's see.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, you know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Who is that woman? Who is she? What's her name? She's fine as hell. Who is that? Who is that? That's Salma Hayek. Oh. Damn, she's still looking fine.
He is praying that
Damn.
Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Wait, Will was laughing when he said that. Will was laughing. After he said that G.I. Jane 2 shit, Will was laughing. Will was laughing. It was out of pocket. Okay, maybe. But Will was laughing. He's literally laughing right now. He's laughing hard.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Okay. That was a nice. You can't wait to see it. All right?
Yeah, why was he laughing? Oh, he saw Jada angry. Will talked about his black tar heroin problem. Maybe it's acting up.
That was a nice.
She does get kind of upset. So this is what happened. Will was laughing. He saw his wife was upset, and that's why he did this. What a beta male. Because, listen. There's two things Will Smith done wrong. I have no respect for Will Smith. Two things he done wrong. First of all, you should already known that would have gotten to her, right? So you should already known, and you shouldn't have laughed about that shit. But second of all, what has she done to be this princess queen that you're gonna be like so defensive about when you're in an open marriage, bruh? That ain't your wife. Why can't Tupac should come back and slap Chris Rock for what he said? Have Tupac come do it, or have fucking whoever the else. That ain't your job. She ain't yours.
That was a nice.
Belongs to the streets. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. You can't be out here saying, don't, yeah, shut the fuck up, man.
Nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Regina Hall called out their open relationship. Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith.
Fake. 100% fake. 100% fake. 100% fake.
Oh, wow.
100,000% fake.
Wow.
That's for ratings. 1,000%. That's desperation for ratings.
Will Smith.
Yeah, he leans and he smacked the mic. You know, it was for that mic effect. Because you want to know what, guys? If you really would have gotten slapped, you wouldn't have heard it. You would not have heard it, right? So they cut the audio. They cut the audio. This is so staged, man. I'm so sick of... We live in such a dumb fuck country. You literally got people watching, bunch of dumb fucks watching this. Oh my god, they muted the audio. That must mean it was real. This is an emergency. This is a crisis. They just muted the audio. Oh my god. Shut, bro. It's so fake. We literally live in a country of dumb fucks. Okay? We live in a country of dumb fucks. Oh my god, they muted the audio. That means that this was something they weren't expecting, and oh my god, it was a crisis. Shut up. Will Smith is pulled aside and comforted by Denzel and Tyler Perry, who motion for him to brush it off. Will appears to wipe tears from his eyes and sits back down with Jada. with Denzel comforting Jada and Will's rep by his side. Well, that's just the problem, isn't it? Because I feel like Denzel probably has comforted Jada in multiple types of ways. And, you know, you can't be lashing out when you live in life as a cuck. You just can't. You got to divorce her and keep your dignity. Otherwise, she's going to put you in harm's way continually. Yeah, it's another man comforting his wife. Fake as fuck.
Yeah, I think so, but I can't feel the third person.
Thank you. 15.
Hollywood is such a shithole. Jada suffers from hair loss condition. Motherfucker, I suffer from hair loss condition. Don't give me that shit. I suffer from it. And she's a famous actress. She already made it. I didn't make it yet. So it's much worse for me. She already made it. She's going to be fine. Everybody already knows who the fuck she is. If I go bald, I may not make it. I am going to go bald. I'm losing my hair. I don't care. She already made it. And you know what? She should have some thick skin. Have some fucking thick skin. Honestly. If it bothers you that much, wear a wig. You're clearly rocking that shit loud and proud. So he can make a G.I. Joe joke. Okay? He can make that joke. Because you're rocking that shit loud and proud. So wear it. If it bothered you so much, wear a wig. You know? Haz, she suffers from a hair loss condition. So do I. And if I did that, I would get arrested. If he said, oh, Haz, you about to be, you know, they would be like, oh, Haz, you about to have a shiny round head or some shit like that. And if I got up and slapped him, I would be put in prison. They would lock me up. Oh, but since it's Jada Smith, shut up, bruh. I'm sick of these entanglements. I'm sick of these entanglements. I'm sick of these entanglements. Yeah, so many people wear wigs anyway. It's not even a big deal. And you know what, Jada? I'm gonna go all out. I don't give a fuck no more. You know what, Jada? You already embarrassed yourself and dishonored yourself when you talked about that entanglement shit. So what? I was dishonored because Chris Rock talked about my bald head. Oh, but you're not dishonored when you're dishonoring the family talking about entanglements. And I'm burning bridges, guys, because I know people who know Will Smith's family. And I'm just doing this shit. Why am I doing this shit? Because I'm stupid. But I already crossed the line. I burned my bridge with the Smith family. That's all I gotta say. I just burned the bridge with the Smith family. And I know people who know them. And one day we're probably gonna meet. One day, you know, I'll probably meet one of them. And, you know, damn, I actually feel bad because they got kids too. They got kids. They got the son. What's that son's name? What's the son's name? Someone get Jaden. Jaden. I feel bad, man. They got kids. They have kids. I don't want to insult their mother. I'm not insulting their mother. I'm insulting the father. Okay? And I'm sure the kids can see that. But to be honest, I feel bad. No one's mother should be insulted. I'm going to be honest. Nobody's mother should ever be insulted. Nobody's mother should ever be insulted. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. But I'm just having all this shit thrown at me so suddenly. I have to talk about it. Just like everybody talk about Haas. Look at all these drama streamers that talk about me. You know, it's a ruthless world. It's a ruthless world. It's a ruthless world, you know? That sounded a lot better in my head. Who's Bobby Fischer? If I look up Bobby Fischer and it's some ugly dude, you're getting banned for life. Bobby Fischer. Motherfucker, that's a chess grandmaster. That's a chess grandmaster. What do I have to do with... And he is ugly. This dude is ugly, but he does kind of look like me, so it's... I don't know what to say. Bruh, you talking about this old dude? You're talking about him when he was bald and he had that beard? Not when he was young? Who said that shit? 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 I can't find it. Who said that shit? Tell me who said that. Who said that? Alright, somebody step up or I'm banning 12 people. Randomly. Step up and tell me who it was. Or 12 random people getting banned. Amirio gave it up. Dita Det Aelis. We're going to check your logs. We're going to see what's going on with you and your worthiness. So let's see what's going on. So this dude, 6 months subbed. Okay, he's 6 months subbed. Let's see what he's been saying. What? I've been watching you an hour. Clueless, all I can say is you're making the world... Bro, he's copy-pasting. This dude, what are you doing, bro? This is all he does. Keg W, true. Trolled. Keg W, Keg W, Keg W, Keg W, based. Based. Trolled. Monka W, Keg W, Kek L. Gorilla, godless, based. W, truing. Bruh. Who is this? This dude's just emotes. He just says one word at a time. Zelensky. You only say one word at a time, but you had the time to write an entire sentence comparing me to Bobby Fischer. Trolled, truing, based, yeah. Trolled, AU. Trolled. Bruh, what is this? If Kai loves Nietzsche, he would know he's not his ally here. What? This dude just says emotes, and then randomly he just says these cryptic sentences. Why do I look like... What do I got to do with Bobby Fischer? How do I sound like Bobby Fischer? What does that even mean? Troll despair, self-report, trolled. Bruh, for 6 months, this is all you've been doing. Landlord coming. I trolled, based, yikes. Alright, 1's for mercy, 2 for cruelty. 1's for mercy, 2 for cruelty. What a bunch of fucking weaklings in the chat. Fine. We'll let him off. Bunch of fucking weaklings in the chat. And no, we're not doing 3 for VIP, okay? We're not doing 3 for VIP. Why do you care about celebrities when they're vassals of Satanism and practice pagan sexual rituals except for Kanye? Because I want to be in on some of those rituals. When it comes to, I want to be, listen, if Zoe Kravitz is doing rituals, I'll do a ritual too. Okay? To be honest.
Based.
To be honest, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Because I feel like I can shield the evil demons with my protective aura. I can shield protective demons from the protective demons with my protective aura. See, I'm just trying to, you guys know how many satanic women have tried to exercise demonic energy on me? When I am with someone, I cleanse the spirit. I cleanse the spirit. I have more energy. I have more of an aura. My influence takes over. Okay? My 5-minute doggy is an exorcism. Okay? It's an exorcism. It's an exorcism. It's a form of therapy. And they think that they're going to be the ones who win. They think they're going to be the ones, oh, this was what will corrupt Haas. Meanwhile, I'm doing 5-minute doggy and I don't get corrupted. They get saved. And then they get, then they get upset and shit. But whatever. That's the truth. That's the truth. I met this girl. Okay, I want to read this. I met this girl at a local coffee shop. She smiled at me, asked me what I was reading. I said, a book about Marx. She suddenly started talking about Marx and had extensive knowledge on Stalin, invited me to smoke and drink with her. I waited until she went to the bathroom and I left, total fed. Bruh, you're paranoid, okay? You're just paranoid. That's not a fed. That was just a cute girl who was interested in you. Okay, that was not a fed, bro. You're just too paranoid. All right? And even if it was a fed, what would have happened? Nothing. You would have at least got some. No, it's not like it's not like it's illegal to read Marx. How is that a fed? What are the odds this random ML girl came my way? She would inform on me. Inform what? Bruh, it's not that uncommon for people to be commies these days. It's just not. It's not that uncommon. Especially if it's at a cafe, bruh. You know how much girls in LA would be like, oh yeah, I'm a communist too. And then when me and Jackson actually talk to them, they're like, you sound like a Trump supporter. Yikes. All the time. All the time. Bruh, what do you mean she's gonna inform on you? What are the odds of... Bro, they're not that bad odds. And let me tell you what. I'm still waiting for the feds to step up their game. You guys know there is a few girls that are feds that DM me. And I pretend I don't know they're feds. Because assuming they're not catfish, when I meet them and I fucking... bust inside 5-minute doggy, I'm going to turn them into double agents. You understand? I'll turn them to double agents. Yeah, some girls on my IG, it's very sus. But I don't care. I don't care if it's sus. Look what's trending. Look what's trending. Cuck is trending. Damn. I know people are thinking the same shit I was thinking. I know people were thinking the same shit I was thinking. Look at this. Say cook one more time. Say it. Say cook one more time. Who is this? Who is this? Look at this shit. Gets cucked. Bitch slaps Chris Rock over a joke. Ruins the night for everyone. Wins the Oscar anyway. What did he even do? What movie was Will Smith even in? What movie was that? Dude, the feds match your frequency and send these people your way. She also happened to be pale with blackish hair, which is what I like. Bro, you are actually fucking paranoid. First of all, she had similar interests as you. She approached you, and she was your type. And you threw all of that away because you're fucking paranoid that it's a fed, bro. At least smash, and then find out she's a fed. You're cringe, bro. You're cringe, bro. You blew it. Absolutely blew it. You want to know how many girls I've been with that I thought were feds? 60% in the past fucking 5 months. I assume they're feds. 60%. Or more. I just made that number up. But majority, I always suspect are feds. But I still bust. What, did they want to get my DNA sample or some shit? You got it. Get my DNA, motherfucker. You can have my seed. All you had to do is ask. All you had to do was ask. You guys are not on my level. It's that simple. You're scared. You're scared of what's going to happen. I'm not scared. Castro would openly sleep with spies, and most of them would come clean because they were infatuated with him. Bruh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how it's got to be. They're going to Manchurian candidate you? I don't give a fuck, bro. This is when you'll know Haas is not the real Haas. I'll tell you what, guys. This is how you'll know it's not the real me. This is how you'll know. When I get on camera and start saying shit like, I don't really like big booty bitches. That ain't the real Haas. That's not the real Haas. When I get on stream and start saying some shit like, actually, toxic masculinity is a problem. That ain't the real Haas. That ain't the real Haas. You talk so... Did you fap in a... What are you saying? You are giving me an aneurysm. You're giving me a fucking aneurysm. Don't click on that thing that's trending because there's a lot of ungodly shit on Twitter. Man, it's so fucking disgusting. So disgusting. Do not click that hashtag. Do not click that fucking hashtag. Do not click that fucking trending term. Don't click it. So, we saw this the other day, but I want to show it to you again. A normal dude catfished by a Fed. He went to jail for it. Okay, fine. Why would that be Gravel Institute? I'll check it out, actually. I want to see that. Gravel Institute. Apparently, Sophie from Mars made a hit piece on Caleb. Who is Sophie from Mars? Who is that? I don't see a catfish video from Gravel Institute. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, guys, we saw this yesterday. Biden literally talked about regime change, and the White House had to walk it back. This is like the most destructive president in the history of America.
Bent on rebuilding an empire will never erase a people's love for liberty. Brutality will never grind down their will to be free. Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, for free people refused to live in a world of hopelessness and darkness. We will have a different future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principle, hope and light, of decency and dignity, of freedom and possibilities. For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
That sounds like the type of shit that accidentally leads to a nuclear war to me. That sounds like the type of shit people say that accidentally leads to a fucking nuclear war. You know? That's what it sounds like to me. Oh yeah, we accidentally led to nuclear war. No big deal. It was just an accident. At least I can use the excuse not to pay my landlord due to nuclear war. Yeah. 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 Alright, so guys. The Russian embassy in France was summoned by the French because they just posted a cartoon on Twitter of all of the European countries on all fours licking America's ass. And they said, European solidarity in action. And the French got very offended by this cartoon, despite the French being so adamant on the ability to publish offensive cartoons. I mean, weren't the French the ones that were like, the sacred right to draw the prophet? But when Russia draws a cartoon of the French licking America's ass, it's outrageous. Yeah, they mocked Europe in a cartoon, and France got fucking outraged. Fuck France, man. I don't give a shit about France. So we're going to get onto a little more of a serious note, because, believe it or not, Ukraine has been committing horrific, horrific war crimes in Russia. I'm sorry, in the war against Russian POWs. So let's clear the air for a little bit. I'm gonna put some music. I'm gonna pee for like 1 second though. It's gonna take a sec. So I'll be right back, okay?
Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I live a picture in my head, colors soaring as I float above my body in my bed, yeah. And I wonder if I'm dead, saw the white light flicker, so I wake up in a sweat cold red. Sirens going off, about something that I dreamt. Thinking about the shit I never told you that I meant. I can shake it off, chloroform, peace and rest. But you know all I ever really wanted was a friend. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Late night fantasy, it's when I teleport again. I got a spare key, we can go and play pretend. Yeah, we can really transcend. Oh, you and me in an empty room. They can't get in, only room for two. If you play your part and I play mine too, I'll never take my eyes off you. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Sweet, tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Tell me all your sweet, 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 sweet. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I love the picture in my head, but I know that it's not real. I live a picture in my head, cause I like how it makes me feel. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies, all about the dark places you hide. Tell me all your problems, make them mine. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. I wonder if the sun will shine again, if I'll ever see your face again. You know I'd rather die than say goodbye. So tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Sweet, tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies. Tell me all your sweet, 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 sweet. Tell me all your sweet, sweet little lies.
Waste.
I was a knight in shining armor in your movie. Well, put your lips on mine and love the aftertaste now. I'm a ghost, I call your name, you look right through me. You're the reason I'm alone. I should try to fix my pride, but that shit's broken. That shit's broken, yeah. Lie, I try to hide, but now you know it. That I'm at an all-time low, 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 low.
All right, I'm back. Gifters? Nigel, thank you so much for the 10, man. Melina fan, thank you so much for the 10. Appreciate you a ton. Emmy's GLEY, thank you so much.
Waste.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thanks a ton. Thank you, Nigel. Appreciate you. All right. So Let me see. Blumenthal just posted something interesting. He says the Will Smith situation occurs just as videos of Azov atrocities are pouring in. Huh. Which is true. That's actually true. So we're in a kind of tough spot, guys. I can't show you these videos. We're in a little bit of a tough spot. We're in a little bit of a tough spot.
Based.
Because those Russians deserve so much. Yeah, you fucking scumbag. Ban that fucker. Piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. I can't show these videos to you guys. I've seen them myself. And many are starting to pour in. Many. One thing I just saw was there was a woman in a Ukrainian military basement who was being tortured. The Chechens did some fucked up brutal shit. Like what? What did they fucking do that's comparable to this, huh? Yeah, a woman was tortured in the basement of one of their military facilities. People were hanged. Then one of the most famous videos is the way in which prisoners of war are being shot in the kneecaps of Russian POWs. I mean, it's getting so brutal, the incrimination of the Ukrainian military, that the Ukrainian government had to issue a statement telling people to, come on guys, please abide by the Geneva Conventions. Don't commit war crimes. War crimes bad, okay? So nobody in the West gives a fuck about any of this. No one in the West cares. Nobody in the Western countries give a fuck. Nobody in America cares, and nobody in fucking Europe cares. And nobody in fucking Poland cares either. Poland, right, which is the #1 humanitarian country that's soying the fuck out over this whole thing about Russia. Nobody cares, right? Adam something doesn't care. He's not even gonna fucking report on it. But the Western world isn't the world. It's not the world. There's another internet too. The Chinese internet. The videos of Ukrainian soldiers shooting the Russian POWs is going viral in China. And people in China are so outraged that they're calling for the destruction of Ukraine and hoisting the red flag in Kiev. The mood is that Ukraine is ISIS, which is exactly how Ukraine is behaving. The same criminal thuggery of ISIS is how the Ukrainian military and National Guard is behaving. It's that same criminal, anti-human thuggery. It's that same thuggery. That same nihilism and that same killer clown, psychotic shit that is just beyond the fucking threshold. People in Russia are calling for tougher strikes on all of Ukraine. Like, this has galvanized the Russian people, and they want justice for this. These crimes are so egregious and so fucking disgusting that if Russia were to annex the whole of Ukraine, I am not sure if that would be unjustified. We didn't allow ISIS to rule. The Islamic Caliphate was not recognized by the world because it was a criminal enterprise. It was a fucking slaughterfest of absolute thuggery and criminality and butchery and unspeakable horror. And it wasn't recognized as legitimate. What separates Ukraine from that? Look at the crimes being committed on the Ukrainian side. The video is fake. This is what the pro-Ukrainians are not saying. The videos are fake. By the way, I don't expect... Let me actually make a tweet about this. I actually don't expect the pro-Ukrainian side, I should say the anti-Russian liberal and leftists, to condemn the absolutely sickening war crimes released on footage. They will probably cheer it on. These people are total nihilists who have zero sense of humanity or morality. They literally just don't care. In the words of Stalin, they have the morals of beasts, and will actually use this as an opportunity to rub in the face of Russians as a sign of strength. They will jeer and cheer on his absolute criminal inhumanity in an edgy way. Don't expect anything otherwise. Look at what's happening. Not a word from Twitter's trends about the war crimes. Zelensky calls for a supply from planes and tanks. Anything else? Not a word. Not a fucking word about the war crimes. Not a single fucking word. Yep. Not a word. Not a single word. And he's right. The Will Smith shit is just in time for Azov atrocity videos coming out and being released. Just in time. Nobody cares. I need you guys to understand something. We need to raise an awareness for people like us, for the human beings that are left in America who do care. But I'm going to tell you the truth. These people do not care. They don't care. They don't care if people are tortured. They don't care if they're mutilated. They don't care if they don't have any humanity. They don't. When I talk about evil and use this heavy religious language, it's because there's no language strong enough to describe it. These liberals and leftists literally do not care. They don't. There's no limit. There's absolutely no limit to what they consider acceptable or not. They don't care. Thoughts on this? Russia cancels the teaching of sociology, cultural studies, and political science in all pedagogical universities in the country. Good, if it's true. They don't need the fucking poison we have here. All bets are off, guys. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Create new curriculum, yeah. Contrast this with the footage of how Ukrainian prisoners are being treated. Yeah. Not a hand is being laid on them. But this shit, this is sparking such a public outcry within Russia that you can almost guarantee there's going to be hell to pay for this. There's going to be hell to pay. You can almost guarantee that for you. There's going to be hell to pay. The Russians are galvanized like never before. Really hope Russia doesn't find retribution for this. I don't know how much you can hope. Because I think there will be retribution. It's possible that Azov is being controlled by CIA and they're baiting a nuclear strike. Oh, this doesn't need to provoke nukes, okay? Russia is not really using its military in this operation in any, modern capacity. It's using its old Soviet equipment. They're not really trying, right? They're barely trying based on their actual abilities. And by the way, contractors for the Pentagon have confirmed this. So if Russia just dials it up a little bit, that would be retribution. They don't need to use a nuke. They don't need to use a nuke, but they can go ham and just fucking take Kiev. You know? Now, do you guys remember how many jokes Destiny and Dylan Burns made about the ruble? You guys remember those? You guys remember those, right? Sanctions are certainly working, right, against Russia, and that ruble has gotten much worse than before because the sanctions are working so much. He said, Haas, good luck when the ruble is 1,000 per dollar. What's actually happened? Well, over the last days, the Russian ruble has actually appreciated against the dollar. And it's now back below $100. For the first time since Russia started the invasion of Ukraine. In other words, all of the damage that was done to the ruble, they just rebounded. They literally just rebounded. The Russian economy has just pretty much rebounded. Now keep in mind, even I didn't expect that to happen. Even I thought, okay, maybe it's going to take the summer or next winter, They're going to have to build. No, it just immediately appreciated. Okay. And then the FX flows continue because of energy exports, and the central bank's measures prove effective in stabilizing the currency. So, wait a second. But we punished Russia, guys, right? We punished Russia, didn't we? Didn't we punish Russia, guys? Didn't we? Didn't we? Well, about that. Here's the national gas prices. In LA, we're at $6 a gallon. $6 a gallon in LA. 4.5 in Illinois. In the South, especially Texas, they're not doing the worst, but we're looking at an average price about $4.2 a gallon in the US. Well, what about food? What about food? Surely there hasn't been inflation of food, right? Except food prices are still record high. The State Department is now thinking about sanctioning China for not sanctioning Russia. Literally absolute madness. It's literally madness. It's absolute fucking, like, you can it's just hard to put into words the insanity. Breaking. In response to NATO countries' sanctions on Russia, Putin says Russia will demand payment in rubles for natural gas purchases. On the 7th of March, $1 was $1.39. Now it's $97. Huh. Looks like it rebounded. Russia will never be able to catch up to all these sanctions. Salt Lake Daddy. You're calling me intellectually dishonest, and I'm trying to refrain from insulting you. But do you consider yourself a smart person? If India and China and the oil-producing Arab countries and all these other markets around the fucking world are not getting on board with sanctions, just please make it make sense how Russia's gonna come out of this worse than the US. Make it make sense how Russia can't just re-gear all of its supply chains and its entire economy away from the West and toward the much more populous, much more resource-rich, and much more developing, industrially speaking, East and Africa. Why does Russia need the West? Tell me, explain that to me. Just make it fucking make sense. Make it fucking make sense how America, not China, controls the global economy. When more countries have more trade with China than America by a long shot. More countries are now dependent on China than they are America by a long shot. Because supply shocks exist. You mean the shocks that already fucking happened because of COVID? You mean those shocks? You mean the shocks that literally already fucking happened because of COVID? I don't know how much worse it can really fucking get. Just stop saying dumb shit. It's not fucking hard. Speak of the devil. This is from CNBC about why the US is running out of everything. Because that's actually what's fucking happening to us.
We could be on the cusp of a rubber apocalypse.
Fungus affecting rubber-producing plants has destroyed 10% of global supply.
Rubber is increasingly hard to import for some industries. So what's the problem here? Well, it's multiple factors.
The concern is that
China's economy gets 1.5 trillion from business deals with the West and only makes 150 billion with Russia. Okay, it can go to Africa. It can go to Latin America. or the other part, the rest of Asia. Europe is only 1 billion people, okay? And by the way, the West is just as dependent on those deals as China is. So if the West sanctions and cuts off China, the West is fucked. Meanwhile, China will be fine. You know, all of this shit is just a cherry on top of China. During communism, the Chinese lived very modestly. All of this new wealth they've gotten has been a cherry on top. They literally have what it takes to survive and endure anything. But we in America, we are not prepared for that lifestyle. So in an economic war where both of us grind each other to bits, China will win easily. Easily.
There's literally not enough sand on coastlines in a context of rising sea levels and increased storms.
In 2020,
like they have the state, political, and infrastructural ability
rate dropped to its low
to do that. And what are they gonna fucking show breastfeeding now? Is everything in the world TOS? I'm watching a video about fucking supply chains, and they just scare me by showing a pregnant woman in it. You know, what? Why is everything gotta be like this? Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jackson.
The coronavirus pandemic has sent supply chains into a tailspin. First it was toilet paper, then it was ketchup packets, gnomes, semiconductors. Now it's rubber.
Multiple factors are leading to a major rubber shortage
And Twitch has lost the biggest gnome of all.
Around the world.
There's a shortage of gnomes on Twitch now too.
This could be getting a lot worse. We could be on the cusp of a rubber apocalypse.
To ensure an uninterrupted supply of natural rubber from the few regions of the world which grow it is a major concern of every world power, most of all the United States.
The global natural rubber market,
the soy shortage,
was valued at nearly $40 billion in 2020, but
demand for rubber is really continuing to increase.
One analysis predicts the rubber market could be worth nearly $68.5 billion by 2026. Rubber is a critical raw material. Just think, anytime you're going anywhere, by car, plane, or even by foot, you're using rubber. But rubber is also used in your personal protective equipment, like gloves and masks, like the elastics that stretch behind your ears. Plus, it's used in literal rubber bands. And then there are hair ties, underwear, erasers, condoms, and more. Rubber ducks, though, those are plastic. It's used in more than 40,000 commercial products.
You could call it a shortage. Some people are referring to it more as a supply chain disruption.
Rubber producers are working against all odds. Climate change, disease, both COVID and a destructive fungus, not to mention the fight for shipping containers. So, let's break down what exactly this all means for the rubber shortage. Before the coronavirus struck,
you know why I turned my back on video games? Because it's March 2022 and I still can't get a PS5. I don't even want one anymore. I used to want one and I don't anymore. I don't even fucking want one. But it would be nice sometimes to be able to sit on my couch and just like, you know, just play a game or something on that PS5. It would be nice. Instead of having to hook my PC up every time. But no, they're literally still done. They're literally still, you can't find them 2 years later. I'll wait for the PS6 then. Fuck it. I'll wait for that PS6, okay?
The rubber industry faced challenges. But to start, here's how rubber is made. Well, natural rubber anyway. It's kind of like how you would tap a tree for maple syrup. Certain trees can be tapped for liquid sap, also known as latex.
Latex. Yeah, I know, there's no games anyway.
Is gathered.
You know, From Software isn't even making Bloodborne 2, so who cares? There's not even any games to play.
From the trees by making a cut in the bark, collecting.
No, don't give me a PS5. I was honestly planning on getting a PS5 just for Elden Ring. But I have it on my PC, and the game sucks. So it's like, what am I missing?
The runny sap in cups.
By mid-morning, the workers are ready to begin their collection.
It's called the Hevea Brasiliensis.
Ghost of Tsushima, that game sucks. That game looks like shit. Starfield! Bat chesting Starfield! Bro, I don't give a fuck about Starfield. Even Skyrim sucked. I don't give a shit about Bethesda's latest shithole game. And you want to know the truth about Starfield, guys? We're doing this real quick. You know, Starfield's gonna be like the Outer Worlds, where you're gonna go on your spaceship and you're just gonna press a button. It's gonna be a loading screen. You're not even gonna be able to fly your fucking ship. And trust me, you're not gonna be able to fly your ship in that game. I can't wait for you guys to realize what a fucking pathetic game Starfield's gonna be. You're gonna walk on board your spaceship, press a button, and you're not even gonna be able to fucking fly it. It's gonna be a loading screen.
And as the name suggests, is a tree that is originary of South America.
Ammonia is added to keep the sap from solidifying. Then acid is added in a process called coagulation.
Here's Salt Lake Daddy. Oh my god. I can't believe you're taking this stance. I'm honestly shocked. You're supposed to be honest with your audience, and now you're saying a country with a GDP much lower than the US and a country that has major control of the energy exports in that area of the world, given sanctions, is recovering. Supply shocks in the energy sector due to COVID weren't even remotely as intense as sudden. Of course they're fucking recovering. The ruble, you could see it with the fucking value of the ruble, you dumb fuck. Europe still has to fucking buy gas, you dumbass. It's not like Europe has cut itself off from Russian gas imports. You're just stupid. You wrote a whole fucking paragraph like that and saying I'm being dishonest with my audience? You're saying I'm being dishonest with my audience and you don't even fucking understand or know about the fucking fact? That the ruble has basically recovered, that Europe still needs to buy Russian gas, so the supply shock has been ameliorated as far as the export of gas is concerned, but that even if it fucking was, literally all of that fucking gas can be redirected to China, you dumb, stupid fuck. How about you answer this? Look around in your room. Do you see any item or product that comes from Russia? It's all China. What is your fucking point? We all know Russia's reliant on the energy sector. They can divert the entirety of their sale of energy to China and Russia. Sorry, to China and India, which is double the population of the entirety of Europe and America combined. And since those are developing countries, their developmental needs will even need it. You're such a dumbass. You think more in terms of symbols than in terms of the fucking meat and potatoes that give value to those symbols in the first place. Dumbasses in my fucking chat trying to argue with me. Bruh, this dude's name is banned from church. How did you get banned from church? How the fuck did you get banned from church? For how long? They have the upper hand right now because of the supply. But for how long, my friend? Literally forever. The world doesn't fucking need the West. China and India and they have all of the resources. They have everything. Everything is fucking made in China anyway, you dumbass. If Europe cuts off Russian gas, Russia can redirect all of its gas. You're not even listening to what I'm saying. If you type another NPC comment ignoring what I just told you, I am permabanning you from this fucking channel. The ruble has not recovered. Oh, really? It hasn't recovered? Then why is it below $100, you fucking dumbass? Can your mods please just ban me? I'm done here. You know what? Then be done. Fucking salty ass. Time waster. Fuck you. Keeps talking. When if Europe, how long is Europe going to keep importing Russian gas? Are you just ignoring about the part of them redirecting their energy exports to China? Just going to keep ignoring that fucking part?
Regulation to extract the rubber. A few hours later, the mixture goes through rollers to remove excess water, then layers of rubber are hung over racks to dry for a couple of days before being folded into bales for processing. There are synthetic rubbers.
America's synthetic rubber problem nears a solution.
But sometimes it can't be swapped out for the real thing because of natural rubber's
Yeah, I saw what Will Smith did, and it was staged.
particular properties.
Swift will fuck... You know what, Huncho? You lost your privileges to be in this chat for tonight. See you tomorrow. You're not allowed to type in chat for the rest of the night. The Swift payment system is already being replaced by a Chinese version. Nobody fucking needs Swift as a matter of survival. Swift is a matter of convenience, not fucking survival. And Swift rejecting Russia will destroy the dollar most of all. And the Chinese system is bigger, yeah. And just wait till countries like North Korea open up and become integrated in that system too. Holy shit.
Take airplane tires as an example.
Yeah, Swift is still up and running too. Because if Europe what are you going to do? Your Green New Deal? Where is Europe going to get its fucking energy from? You don't even have a plan for that. Then why is China playing both sides? They're not. You're just stupid. China's taking Russia's side, but they're pretending to be more neutral because they want to actually arbitrate. Like, Jesus.
Gotta be 100% natural rubber.
This is like years of brainwashing from Destiny. And you come in my chat and you're like, but Destiny. Yeah, because Destiny's a federal agent. He's gonna fucking poison your mind with this stupid mentality.
And most natural rubber doesn't come from the US, not even North America. In fact, most of the world's natural rubber, 90% of it, comes from
Southeast Asia, Thailand specifically, the largest producer.
The US imported $140 million worth of natural rubber in March 2021 alone. Most of that rubber comes from independent farmers in Southeast Asia, also known as smallholders.
85% of the natural rubber that we have in the world today is produced by smallholders. So these are families that work on lands that are usually 1 to 2 hectares in size. This means they have 1 to 2 soccer or football fields.
Those families of farmers are at war with diseases destroying the crops.
Fungus affecting rubber-producing plants has destroyed 10% of global supply.
But Pestaloteuopsis and Neophysococcus, the trees are only like 8 feet apart, and they're all clones. So there's very little genetic diversity. So it's a bunch of identical twins for miles on end. So of course, if one gets a bad disease, they're all susceptible to it. There's no immunity. It's a desperately sensitive system.
And farmers face the impacts of climate change on their business.
Extreme weather events last year had a significant impact on that loss in production. But if you've got major floods, you're going to kill your trees.
5 days until beard shaving day. You know what? Just to spite you and prove that chatters have no rights, I'm not going to shave shit. I'm going to do it whenever I feel like it. I have to shave anyway because my beard's getting too big. But I may just keep growing it out through the entire fucking month of April too. And keep on going. Because there's another CPI conference in May, which is in Chicago, which I'll clean my beard up for then. So I may just keep it. Dumbass. You don't have rights as a chatter. You come every day saying that shit like you have rights.
You've got tsunamis and typhoons, again.
It has. You promised me. No, I didn't.
Major issues on...
I didn't promise you shit.
On supply.
farmers have to be strategic about planting their crops.
You have to plant a tree, and that tree takes 4 to 7 years to mature before you can get rubber out of it. So if there's not enough careful planning and enough resources that are put into replanting, then we see what we've seen in the past years, that you have a cyclical nature in the availability of rubber. So basically, the prices are low, right? What happens is that people don't plant because it seems that there's no business case for rubber. At a certain point, demand keeps increasing up to a point where prices start picking up and people start planting rubber a lot. But that rubber doesn't come into fruition until 4 to 7 years after that. And when it comes into the market, then you have a slump in prices.
This causes rubber farmers to face unreliable income streams. That makes it hard to afford resources to fight off those diseases.
Rubber tappers are only being paid like $2 to $6 a day. That's not a living wage. There was no money left to improve the health of the plants. There's no money left for fertilizers or for proper tree maintenance.
And then COVID-19.
By the way, can I order a streamer rolly chair? A pussy that doesn't honor his own word. Everyone can see you the shill you are. A real man honors their word. He specifically asked you to hold you to it. Yeah, but because you're being an annoying little bitch about it, it's not gonna fucking happen. It's not gonna fucking happen. The whole point was that I shave my beard all the time anyway, and I was like, yeah, that'll be, why not? Who cares, right? But since you're being a little bitch about it, and you're being fucking annoying about it, you're actually getting permud from the chat. Keep crying forever, you little bitch.
The supply chain even further.
Like, you realize I shave my beard like every 3 months anyway, dumbass? And that's what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, sure.
Now, demand for rubber is spiking. Part of the reason? Car tires.
So tires is by far the largest consumer.
But you're not honoring your word, Han. You're not honoring... What word? What word? Dumbass.
Of natural rubber. But what really matters is how much are people using tires, yeah? With food deliveries and, well, not just food, but goods in general, we are using tires more and more.
Manufacturers have told CNBC that they haven't been affected.
It's acting like I fucking made a contract with him.
Yet.
I owe him money or some shit.
Tire maker Goodyear.
Why are you sewing? Because he's literally being annoying about it every day.
Telling CNBC, we are not currently experiencing supply limitations.
I got the semi thing already going, but how about rubber? We got enough?
Yeah, Jim, the short answer is we do. We never have had a problem of getting supply of that natural rubber. So it's something that's always out there, a lot of speculation going on. I can never say never about something that could happen to Southeast Asian rubber trees.
That we haven't been affected by this obviously very, very difficult overall global supply chain disruption.
And now shipping containers are hard to come by.
We're hearing that rubber is increasingly hard to import for some industries. So what's the problem here?
Yeah, these people are talking about honor when they share their wife.
Well, it's multiple factors. A lack of shipping containers, bottleneck caused by the Suez Canal.
You notice how this video doesn't explain anything at all? It just literally doesn't even explain. It just keeps moving from one thing. Well, shut up. Just give us an explanation. Fuck's sake.
Operations against
Will you ever a 1v1 Demon Mama? It would be a free debate. Yeah, I would. I'd debate anyone. But that person won't debate me because I'm not a leftist. They'll be like, he's not even a leftist. He's not even committed to liberation. Where they always say this weird thing called liberation. He doesn't even care about, he's not even a leftist. Who cares about liberation? You're right, I don't.
After World War II, communism became the bugaboo, and the Soviet Union became the enemy. And even though, and one of the things the CIA
Why do you always
did right after World War II was hire a lot of Nazis. Guys who'd been Nazis were now recycled and brought into the CIA. The Nazi rocket scientist von Braun went to work for the United States developing intercontinental ballistic missiles. So the Nazi past was forgiven, and Nazis went to work for the United States, including a guy named Reinhard Gehlen, who'd been the Nazi military intelligence officer in charge of operations against the Soviets in Eastern Europe. And this guy Gehlen became the head of the CIA's main intelligence operator into East Berlin and areas like the Ukraine, where the Nazis had intelligence agents during World War II. And this guy Reinhard Gehlen, on behalf of his new CIA masters,
Subscribe to Infrared.
All the agent nets that he had during World War II. The same thing was going on in Ukraine, although the Ukraine had very much large swaths of it
Alright, guys. I told you today wasn't going to be a long stream. We're going to have a longer stream tomorrow. You know, we're not going to... We don't have enough time. But I gotta fix my sleep schedule, guys. We'll have a longer one tomorrow. Okay? We'll have a longer stream tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a longer one, okay? 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 Also, guys, don't be weird. And listen, guys. Don't make it worse. Every time I fucking raid anyone, you guys go, you know, you spam the Russia shit, and don't do that. You're scaring people, okay? Have some fucking common sense. Don't be spamming political shit. She's Russian, though. It don't matter. You look weird. Damn. All right, bye, guys.